So are you guys ready for a screened-in patio makeover? This is like a mini refresh. You could do it within 2 days. So this is what it looked like before. This is my nephew's house. He bought it about 6 months ago, and the previous homeowners, I guess they tried to paint. It wasn't a good match. And the floor was dirty. It had dog hair and all of that stuff. And so I wanted to help them create an outdoor living space that was not just for this dog, but for them. My mom and my nephew live together. They just got Maya about 3 months ago. And so she's chewing everything. She needs a place to run. But instead of giving her this patio to sort of get all her energy out, instead, this was going to be for my mom and my nephew and his kids so that they could enjoy this space. So if you've got a patio or a screened-in porch, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to clean everything. I didn't want to move everything outside because it was just me working on this, and that was a lot of work. So first thing is just cleaning up all of the debris. You don't want to pressure wash on top of debris. So make sure you get it as clean as possible. And if you can, get some helpers. My helpers were only 2 and 3 years old. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be wiping these walls, okay? Because we're gonna be painting tomorrow, and we're gonna be just wiping them down. We gotta get all the dirt off of these walls before we paint. It's been a while since my kids were this age, but it was refreshing to actually have little kids, my great niece and nephew, that wanted to help, at least temporarily, until they just got bored with it. Now, here's a tip. When you're cleaning, use something like Simple Green that's going to help clean the surface really good and degrease it. But also keep in mind that you only want to paint when the temperature is appropriate and when the humidity level is appropriate. So look at the can to see what that is. Look at what it is for your area for that particular day. But you just want to make sure that you're not painting when it's wet outside, when the humidity is too high. And pressure washing. Have a good pressure washer so that you can clean up all of the surfaces. There was so much debris in that screened-in porch, but once I was able to get everything cleaned, I just kind of continued moving the furniture around. Then it was time to let it dry overnight. But before I put away the pressure washer, you know how it is with pressure washers. You want to just go and pressure wash everything because it's so satisfying to do and to watch. But when I got to the end of the gutters, I accidentally hit a wasp nest. I tell you, there's always excitement when you're DIY. So the next morning, once everything was dry, the humidity level was down, and of course I had a couple of helpers for a few minutes, I was able to do another sample just to compare it to what I had on the paint chip to make sure this was the color that we really wanted. My mom picked this color out, and she just wanted to feel like when she goes out onto this patio, there's this beautiful green. It feels like you're outdoors. And so it was the perfect color. Now, here's the thing. You always want to get a really good paintbrush that has a nice slanted angle, because otherwise, trying to get up into those corners along the edges, it's very difficult to do. But if you got a nice angled brush, about 1.5 inch to 2 inch brush, you can get a lot done and cut in without even having to tape off. So if you're working with paneling, try to shove some of the paint into the paneling and then drag it down the length. You'll see here that I'm just kind of working as I go. I do maybe about 2 or 3 panels at a time, and then I just fill it in. Do I have to do it that way? No, but I feel like I wanted to make progress, so I wanted to see it painted sooner rather than later. And so I just worked as I went. Here's the reason why we do not want Maya out on the patio with the nice furniture, because this girl will take anything she can get her teeth on, including my roll of painter's tape, which I tried to get, and then she went to the other room. My mom tried to track her down. She is just a handful, but she's fun. She's a lot of fun, but you don't want to put her out on the new nice patio because she will eat everything. So once the paint was dry, the floor was dry, I was ready to move on to the next step, which was unboxing these Cheetah Living 3-piece patio set. I love this. It's made out of wicker and it's good quality, which I expected, but there was a couple other things that really impressed me about this set, which you'll see in just a moment. But I would say it took probably about 30 minutes to assemble this. It wasn't difficult. The first chair took a little longer because I made a critical error. You'll see in a moment that this is a swivel chair. It is like a rocking chair, a gliding chair. And so there's some pieces up underneath that allow you to swivel and turn and rock back and forth. And the instructions are pretty good, but there was one step where I was like, I don't think I got this. You'll see in a moment. But I was impressed that they had this tool included, this little ratcheting Allen screwdriver thing. This is perfect because most times when you're trying to put furniture together, it's hard to do it with that little metal Allen key wrench. You can't do it. It's nearly impossible to do it, but you can do it easily with this, with the little one that was included. So I really enjoyed that. Now here's where I made my mistake because this swivel part is supposed to be sitting mostly inside of the chair. So when I put it together, I looked like I was about to take off. You can see my face here. I'm just laughing, and I was calling my mom out like, you got to come and see this. My feet didn't even touch the floor. Anyway, when I figured out what I did wrong, I turned it over, fixed it, and then set it up right and tested it out. And I was actually very impressed by this. It was good quality, and I liked that it swiveled. I liked that it rocked, and it was going to be perfect. And then I had my mom come out and give it a try, and she's like, oh, okay, this is nice. But she also wanted to be surprised. So after she tested the chair, she went back into the house and allowed me to kind of, finish assembling everything, to get some plants, because I just really wanted to make this a nice outdoor space for her. She's home. Like I said, she's a senior. She's home during the day. So it's an opportunity for her to sit out there and really enjoy time without having to be inside. So you can see my cart is like totally loaded down. I also got some of these $5 hangers, plant hangers. All you need is a screwdriver. If you don't have a drill, you can use a hammer and just sort of tap it in there. And then once it kind of catches, then you can screw it in with your screwdriver. So just adding a few plants just gave it some more greenery. And then the only thing I had left to do is to put the rug down. Now the rug, I absolutely love. It's from Rifle Paper, and I got it at Home Goods for $200. And a 7x11 rug for $200, an outdoor rug. Oh my gosh. And this pretty, this floral, you could see I was just ecstatic. So this patio, it just needed a refresh. It just needed new paint. It needed to be clean. And now it feels good. It's got plants. It feels like a living space that my family can actually use. So let's talk about cost. How much did I pay for this? Well, I told you the rug was about $200. The plants, the plant holders, and some of the other things, those materials, all of those things came to about $150. So I paid about $350 out of pocket for the rug and the materials and the plants. And then Cheetah Living provided the 3-piece wicker bistro set furniture. And so you can find a link down below for that. Retail, it's about $800, but for Prime Day, you can get 30% off. And so if you want to get that, if you are in the market for some patio furniture, I can tell you this is an amazing set for not very much, and you can get it delivered right to your house easily with Amazon Prime shipping and all of that. So I absolutely love this. It turned out so well. There's still some things that I think I'd want to do in there, maybe on this back wall, instead of just adding paint, maybe having some sort of decor there. I know there's a ceiling fan upgrade that we can do in this room, but for now, this is perfect. We've got really good quality seating. We've got a beautiful rug that, oh my gosh, it is like, if I could put this rug in every room of my house, I probably would. And this color looks great. This green looks really great for outdoors. So if you've enjoyed this project, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Come back again, subscribe. I'm always doing projects here at Thrift Diving. I know sometimes my posting can be touch and go, but just know that behind the scenes, I am working on things. And it doesn't, as you see, it doesn't take a lot in order to create a living space that just feels amazing. And so knowing that my mom is going to be able to enjoy this, and it didn't cost very much money, and I was able to give them this as a housewarming gift, makes me very happy. All right, be sure to come back because we're always doing something fun here at Thrift Diving. And a big thanks to Cheetah Living for sponsoring this. Find the link down below, and I will see you next video.